This conference will now be recorded.
We're just debating whether or not to sprinkle tonight.
The Town of Cottage Grove Plan Commission will hold a public meeting on Wednesday, August 24th, 2022 at 7 p.m. at the Town Hall at 4058 County Road N. You can also join the meeting by GoToMeeting. Meeting was posted at Town Hall and on the website. Call the meeting to order. We have the minutes of our June 1st meeting in your packet.
I didn't see any corrections. Move to approve.
Motion by Dave Mule, second by Jerry Myler to approve as presented. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Abstentions?
Me,
One abstention, motion carried. Next item is public concerns. Public's opportunity to speak to the Plan Commission about any subject that is not a specific agenda item. Is there anyone online? No. No public concerns. Next item is Don Vinny, applicant Vinny Acres LLC, owner of a parcel 32.643 acres zoned FP1 on Seagull Cow Road, proposing to rezone 2.672 acres to RR2 and transfer an RDU from parcel 07113639020-0 to create a single family residence.
Well, the reason why we're transferring it from where we are, I believe it's coming from Shale Road, the farm we have on Shale and Beyond. And that's awfully good farmland, and that's why we're moving it from there over there. We have no wooded area there like we do over on Seagull Cow Road. And there is a space between the two lots, if you look at the map. And the reason why that space is there is because there's a pretty good waterway down through there, and I just don't want to, any water that comes off the field, I don't want to have any issues with anybody. And that's why that 120 foot is there. I could have made it a little narrower, but I thought it was a good idea to keep it, and so did Baron Cotts. So that way, if there's ever any spray or dirt or anything going down through there, I don't have to worry about somebody complaining about it. Because it's a pretty good, Chris probably knows how, it's pretty good hillside right through there. And then there is a waterway that angles right down through that.
Question? Why 2.672 acres?
I tried to shrink it down. I mean, we were trying to do the best we could. And if you look at, the other lot was 237 feet from the edge of the lot line to the west edge. And this one would be 234. We tried to, I could shrink it down a little more, but the problem is if I go much more, it's going to ruin the place where the house is going to be, which is going to be, you know, it's probably going to be west of that woods, which would be in the northern part of the lot. Actually, where it says lot 2, that's where we're figuring where the home would be.
Okay.
And there's a little woods. I can't even tell you how big the woods is. I think it's like, I think the woods is like 7/10 or 8/10 of an acre.
I was gonna say 0.672 acres.
Okay, there you go, 7/10.
You can kind of see it
Yeah. Highlighted.
outlined there.
And like I say, between the lots, it's pretty steep. I mean, that's why I wanted to keep that strictly for water issues.
That's enough for Site distance.
No, that was the other thing I was looking at was the site distance on the corner.
Yeah.
Looks kind of tiny.
Well, the woods ends probably, well, you can see it on Dave's map there. The woods ends quite a ways from the corner.
Where the
And there
wood-
actually is a driveway there right now that people just dump stuff in all the time.
the woods ends where it says areas.
Correct,
Right.
but
Yeah,
just having it delineated on the map as, probably more appropriately sized would prevent anybody from planting stuff somewhere there, just to make sure that the corner, that you had enough sight vision on that corner.
So what do you mean, you don't want anybody planting trees there is what you're saying?
Correct.
yeah.
Well, that, I have no problem.
I
think
mean,
that's
we just
probably a
need to
good
move
idea.
it.
Yeah, they did, if you look at the corner, Steve, where they've already moved it back. I mean, we could move that back even more. The corner doesn't round quite as much as what it shows here, but we could move that back more. And, I can put in the deed restriction that no trees can be planted. However many feet you guys think would be.
I guess that then the other question would come up is, would you ever want to get rid of that 90-degree corner there?
That's what I was like,
What would you do there then?
Well,
more sweeping.
yeah, you'd want to make it more sweeping, but you'd have to take that corner.
Well, you maybe know this better than me. When that one meeting they had with 12 and 18, I think Rod was there too, to one of those. They're projecting, they were on one of their maps, they were projecting Segocall to angle across over towards, it wouldn't go straight to the bus station there if you were coming from the McFarland way.
Right.
It wouldn't go straight to the bus station. It was gonna angle down through the wetlands and go over to the corner. That's one of them. They had proposed a bridge there, right? That was one, but that was just one of their proposals. And so I guess what I'm getting at there is they will take a little corner of that lot when they do that, because they showed that they would take a small area of that corner. I don't know how much it would be, if it'd be a couple tenths or whatever, but it was on one of their maps. But I mean, I'd have no problem with sight. I'm all for keeping sight on these roads, and if there should be no trees planted on them.
Myself included, when you come around, say if I'm coming this way around we cut the center line all the time. I mean, especially, you don't stay to the outside.
Yeah.
And I guess not that I'm admitting driving badly or anything, but.
Sounds like it.
Well, yeah, I am, I guess. But at the same point in time too, is if you're coming, south and, by having a larger site area, you might just catch somebody if somebody's, or even somebody in a tractor or a bus or, anything.
I know it gets a lot of bus traffic.
Huh?
It gets a lot of bus traffic.
Agreed.
So
So
like, I know when we have corn out there, it's completely different than like this year we have beans out there. You can see kind of over the beans, but you can't see over the corn. And
Right.
I understand if a guy wanted to stay back, you guys would have to tell me what you want, like, to stay back. I know what you're saying.
I don't know when or if we would ever make that road improvement, but if you had it available,
well, I would just,
and I don't know what you would do with the old roadway.
correct. And I guess for me at this particular point in time, we determine how much of a site area we want. And if, like I said, the road does get reconfigured, we could always undo, but trying to come back and get something at a later date. I mean, this is.
If it's in here, you could do it.
Exactly. And like I said, it's not gonna prohibit any uses of it. You're just not gonna plant anything that's gonna obstruct the vision,
The vision.
Because if you think about it, knowing that corner, a 69.5-foot vision corner, I mean, our right of way goes 33 feet into that, itself. So, I mean, the vision corner is just gonna be pretty much just our right of way as opposed to anything else. If you think about any other corner we've got in the township, take Gaston and Violet's, for example. Look how far back those trees, and we've made them cut the trees back. And, I mean, I could probably have thought hard enough. We could probably think of other intersections too, where we made sure that nobody plants anything. I forget what the height is,
So how would you propose that from the center line back? It'd be so many feet is what you're saying?
Yeah, basically, I think the way Dan figured it, say at Gaston and Vilas, okay, Vilas to the north,
Yeah.
at Gaston, they actually went from the corner of the right of way and went back. You'd have to talk to Dan about how many feet, and then that was the basis for the base of the triangle, that they couldn't have,
Vegetation.
yeah, I mean, they couldn't plant corn there or anything. Or I mean, trees and that kind of stuff there to. So I guess if we do approve it, we make it contingent upon Don talking with Dan and Dan coming up with a number, because Dan will be the one to.
Yeah.
How many feet each way?
Correct.
I agree. I
To
think,
move it to the north and west.
Correct.
It's either that or you plan out how you get rid of that 90-degree corner.
I don't think we want to do that right now.
I mean, I'd be willing to dedicate some of the corner to the township too. That would shrink the lot up and.
Get it closer to the 2 acres.
Yeah, I mean, because for me the other thing we talked about with Barron Cots is shortening the lot, but then I would farm the end of it again. And then we're putting corn back there again. And that's, that'd defeat anything that, you guys just asked about, so.
Plus you would be able to turn a combine around.
Yeah,
If you're going to cut it once you road, more or less go like that. To get rid of this 90-degree corner.
I don't know if we want to make 2 corners out of a single corner. Or are you talking about just moving the site?
Or if you were ever to move the road, would you just make it a more gentle?
Oh, make it more of a sweeping curve?
Yeah, rather than that 90-degree curve.
we do have 2 gas pipes sticking up on the very corner right now, natural gas pipe. Because that line goes, I'm not sure where it goes. I know it goes to the corner. I don't know where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Then change your thing as far as where you're gonna move the road from. You got the gas lines in there. If your butts level.
Yeah.
I guess I would move approval of the rezone request.
Can we speak first?
Yeah. Wait.
Sure.
Okay,
Oh, I'm on?
you're on.
Okay.
Name and address, please.
Rod Heller, 2906 Seagull Cow Road. And first off, I want to say Don's been a good neighbor, and I was here 2 years ago to support him for changing the land from commercial to agricultural to farm preservation. And I did it because he had one buildable lot there. And he wanted to use it. And it's like, okay, that's his right. I'll support him on that because he bought that land with one buildable lot. I'm going to support it. And it got zoned farm preservation. And then I figured, hey, great, this is going to be farmland till I'm dead and gone, right? And then I got the letter on Saturday. I'm like, what is this? And it's like, wait a minute, I thought this is farm preservation, agricultural land, and now they're building another house there. And I just, I know how they move the buildable lots or the et cetera around. But like I say, I was very surprised. I was very disappointed that, and like I say, I like Don, but I was very disappointed in what he's doing. Because I was under the impression he was just gonna build one house and now it's two. And if he buys another farm, he's got a dozen more buildable lots that he can put out there too. It just, I guess, like I say, I was really surprised because I thought farmland preservation was farmland preservation. So put it in a nutshell, I object to it.
Okay.
And I would like to understand a little better the town's guidance and recommendations. So it's my understanding that it's with transferable building rights.
Single ownership.
Right, but people are being encouraged to consolidate them in one.
Cluster them,
Correct.
right?
So if Mr. Vinnie if they have more than this one, I don't know how many more buildable rights he has on other pieces, but should he acquire more or have more, is the town's take on that going to be to encourage him to put them all in that same space on Single Cow Road, to consolidate them rather than break up the sections of farmland, other land? And so just looking to the future, I don't know. I would like to know the answer to that, if that's what the board recommends and people are encouraged to do.
If he came to us with another 2-acre lot that he wants to create somewhere on his farmland that he has, we would probably look at it and see how close it is. It just in the middle of a 40 and everything else is farmland, everything around it. We'd probably ask, is there another place that it could go where we could cluster the homes so that we leave that 40 open for farming?
And so this transfer, though, then
You
the
could
BN
ask-
Shadle, where it's coming from, has no other place to put a home?
It may not.
It would be in the middle of a farm.
Yeah, I don't know.
In
I
a
don't know
separate,
that piece of property.
another 40 that doesn't have any buildings on it.
Right, so this first one that went on 2 years ago, like you say, without that one,
Yep.
this discussion would be different, correct? Because there would be no first home
Right.
on that 40 acres.
Right.
But I could have moved.
I guess to a point, because of the fact that, not knowing the 40 where it's coming from, your development right, if it's flat 40-acre cornfield, this would be a better spot to put that lot because you don't farm woods or this of this size. Yes, you farm woods if you've got sufficient, volume, of woods to do that. But, if you're comparing site A to site B, site A being where the development right currently resides, to site B, here,
This
This
is
would
coming
make more
from the
sense.
former Hauge farm. This is coming from the former Hauge farm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you realize that or not, but that's what it
Yeah.
is. So.
okay.
Yeah. Like the last time that he did 2 that was on the Otto Addison farm, we ended up, there's already 2 homes right there. The old farmhouse and son's house. He put those 2 in the woods on the opposite side of the driveway.
Yeah, no, and where these lots are is as best they can be for where we live. I mean, there is far away from basically, but it's just, I guess I'm just wanting to understand what the future may hold. that
It-
as long as you can keep transferring buildable lots, and if the town's recommendation is to consolidate those,
Cluster them.
cluster them,
Yep,
right, that there may potentially be more than just the two.
it could.
Mhm.
Right. So we made a mistake when I supported them 2 years ago to change it from,
It doesn't, I mean, that's,
I guess I can't say that because if you look at the long picture, when Madison pushes into the area, you want more landowners that would want to stay in the town rather than annex into the city. And then you have to deal, you're also dealing with the new dump location.
I'm hoping I'm dead and gone by then.
No,
We really don't have any more intentions of bringing some more lots across the southern part of the
but
property.
you don't know it.
I mean,
Who knows what
I
happens
know
tomorrow.
things change, but to begin with, when we did the first lot, Roger Lane at the county building in Madison, he wanted us to put the lot up by your house. And I think I told Roger that, and I said, no, I said, I'm not gonna do that to him. And
We were trying to pick the worst
we were trying to,
land on the farm.
and it's
Actually, it's a perfect
definitely-
land for a house.
Yeah, I mean, the first one down there right now is gonna be a pretty nice home in there, and,
and they still have to get permission from City Madison.
you know,
So anyway, it is, I know, I'll have to vote and you have to do what's best for the town, et cetera. So
Okay,
I'm just hoping.
I have no desire to see this remaining acreage become a subdivision.
Yeah.
But, do you have any other
we have
buildable
like
rights?
6 more splits here right
Oh,
now.
yeah, so,
I
The
mean,
thing is, by doing that, he's got to put in all the roads,
Right.
and
We've already
then
been down that road.
stormwater, yeah. I mean, he's already done a development like that,
no,
and
aren't you gonna buy Dennis out?
I think he learned his lesson. It's not,
Yeah.
everything isn't peaches and light necessarily, so,
It's just when you have to pay like $10,000, $20,000 per acre for ag land, you have to come to that some way or another. So if they're buildable rights, then that's what you use,
Mhm.
if you want to keep farming.
Okay, so now if you wanna,
Back to you, Steve.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I apologize.
no, no worries.
That's fine.
I would move approval of the rezone
well,
with,
I think first you have to lift the deed restriction that we put on the property and move it to the Hauge farm.
but then you gotta deed restrict the rest of the land.
And
that was
Then-
coming.
then you, if you okay lot 2, then you gotta deed restrict the balance of 1.
Correct.
So
That was
that farm would be deed restricted then, because that was the last one on that farm.
where you're pulling your split from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I understand that, so, I mean, because we don't want any houses on that land.
Other than the farmhouse.
Yeah.
So, not to interrupt you, but.
No,
just so
that's quite all right.
we cover
Just, we
all
gotta
the
make sure we do
bases.
it correctly the first time.
Yeah.
We all hate when the county kicks something back.
And then if you want to include something in there about that,
Yes,
the site distance.
correct.
I did talk to Vegeta Allen on this whole thing too, and he says that he didn't.
No, I'm talking about for us making, not necessarily a mistake, but not seeing something that we should have seen here, irrespective of the values of whatever it is that you're applying for. But anyway, we'll deed restrict the Honey Farm for the parcel where that split is coming from. All right. We'll move approval for the proposed lot 2 on our map, putting a deed restriction on the remaining lot 1 against any further development, and then directing Don to talk with the highway superintendent to figure out the correct dimensions of the vision corner on the would be the southeast.
Inside corner.
Yeah, the southeast corner of the lot,
Lot 2.
of lot 2.
The deed restrict against any
Plantings.
plantings.
I'm sorry.
You want to keep that site free of any plantings that would obstruct.
Correct,
Anything that would obstruct, right?
correct.
No sheds or anything that would.
Is it easier if I just give you a part of the corner? And it's never an issue for you guys down the road.
I mean,
It would shrink the lot.
that would be, I would think that would be great if you wanted to do that. But again, you would then have to still talk to Dan to see where he would want that.
So he would want like no fencing or anything like that, right? Because you got fencing, then you got weeds and you
Yeah.
can't see again, so.
Right.
It's just up to so many feet each way.
Correct. Yeah, let
For the
Dan
vision.
figure it out for you, how much he would have you move the vision corner back, and then can we direct Dan to determine what, if any, lands that Don would give the town on that corner?
Dedicate to the town for, I don't know, straightening the road. The two of them could work on that. And we don't meet until the 6th for the town board to look at it.
Correct. I guess for me, at this particular point in time, let's just do the vision corner and I don't know if we need to talk about straightening out there. Lengthening the radius of that corner at this point in time, because we don't have any money to put the road in anyway.
No,
The thing would be that if you did decide to do it in the future, right now you have someone willing to dedicate it, later you're dealing with a landowner.
you'll have to buy it.
Okay, I'll add that.
They had other maps that night too, with the 12 and 18 that showed it, Sigocall actually being a dead end too.
Right, I saw that.
That's what that was the
Yeah.
biggest, that was the main thought, was that it was just gonna dead end and then they were gonna do an overpass.
Because people were complaining about Vilas Road, they wanted to connect them to get on 12 and 18 someplace, and that's why they.
No,
But you don't think it's gonna happen that way?
no, they won't let you on. They'll make you go all the way down to Haddon.
And the corner, the 90-degree corner in front of our house is actually, I think, more dangerous than the
That
one
corner.
down there on Vinnie's.
We've got a lot.
So if there's a plan to do something with the whole road, right, there's 90-degree turns on that road.
Yeah,
And that corner isn't
Actually,
necessarily
there's
the
4
worst.
90-degree
That's what I
corners.
said. Yeah,
Yeah.
But anyway, it's nice of you to
And
offer
then you
to
include
donate some.
dedicating any of them right away that hasn't been dedicated already.
sure. That's all I have. Anybody have any suggestions for addition?
The motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Anders, second by Dave Mule. You want to read that motion back?
Okay. Well, it was to approve the proposed lot 2, to deed restrict the Hauge Farm and the balance of this, which is lot 1, all against no further development. That Don Vinnie should talk to Dan Drazen about what the vision corner should be and what dedication of the town would make sense for a change of a future road.
And dedicating any of the
And dedicated.
roadway, single cow that hasn't been dedicated already.
I think it all has. It was with that last CSM, it looks like.
Yeah, they have the document number, but they didn't put any notations in the roadways, so I wasn't sure. Any discussion on that motion? Hearing that all those,
I don't have to say, do you need to have a reason why it's over 2 acres?
well, at this point, we don't know if it's going to be.
Right. So you want to hold on to that till it comes to the board, and then if it still is over 2, you might have to have a reason then.
Yeah, I think we have to wait until we find out if there's going to be a change in that acreage, if he dedicates something for the road.
Okay.
I mean, they have moved it back already because would your center line be, even if it goes around the corner, would it be 33 feet typically? So right now, he shows it on the map at 76 feet, if I'm reading it right.
I think that's
So,
yeah. Okay,
but it's probably still included in that 2.67,
yeah,
you know.
anything within that, like line. The north and west.
Where are they gonna put the driveway in, you know?
There's a nice spot, like, actually on your map, it would say, I'd say it's about where it says 459 on the east property line there.
Yeah.
There's already kind of a driveway. People like to back in there and dump things all the time,
Right in the middle,
you know.
or right at the edge of the woods.
Yep.
In essence.
Yeah, it's actually probably back a little farther. It's maybe 50 feet from the south edge of the woods. I think there's a no dumping sign there, and I think that makes them dump even more.
Yeah.
Our county picks that up every week.
Yeah.
They dump on both sides of the road. There's no other discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Next item is adjournment.
Thank you, guys.
Motion by Anders, second by Klinger for adjournment, it's non-debatable. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Kim, did we ever ask the planning commission of the new comp plan, how many hard copies?
I didn't get much answer. Does anybody want hard copies? You got one, don't you? Right, Amber gave you one. She made one for
Take
you.
I got an old one.
There's another one.
Is that the one that was printed?
No, she printed a good one.
Oh, did she already put it in my book?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, who else wants a hard copy?
Yeah.
You?
Myler.
Is the meeting adjourned? No.
Yes.
You guys all done? So the map that you were all referring to, so is there a?
It was the one you, did you get?
We got a
something?
colored one.
Okay.
Here, you can have mine.
Yeah, or just, yeah, the other black and white one that you guys were. Yeah,
Is that the one you were
this
referring
is
to?
what we have.
Okay.
So we don't have, what is it?
One's zoning and the other
It's
was,
a proposed certified survey.
yeah.
Okay, no, you don't need this.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks for your tolerance and your explanation.
All right.
Take care.
Does anybody not want a hard copy? That might be easier.
Should we just bring our books here and we put them all in?
Yeah, why don't you bring them next time and we'll have copies ready for you.
All right.
Chris, AB. People come up AB from the belt line, they come the other way. They'll be doing 45, 50, even more. They just run that stop sign. Is that a county issue? To put like maybe the blinking stop signs? They don't even slow down.
Corners?
Or to cut the corners. They don't even slow down.
Oh, it's a four-way where your card
Four-way
is.
where the Hope Tavern.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the county.
And it's not